Gentlemen, you don't have enough talent to win on talent alone.
Hello, and welcome to the John Allen Podcast. Podcast brought to you by The Wheel. That's gonna be really easy to edit, let me tell you. I'm your host, Adam Hess, and with me, as always, my co-host, and a man who, even if he was pulled from the starting job, the second string job, or the third string job, would never mime his response to reporters. It's Mike Regan. Mike, how you doing today?
Frantically trying to think of what you're referencing.
You didn't see the Shadur Sanders thing?
No.
Let me tell you this. It's fucking weird.
All right, smarten me up.
So, reporters are talking to Shadur Sanders after they announced Dylan Gabriel is taking over for Joe Flacco. See, if I say it like that, I can just edit it out, and we can just use this audio clip for whoever gets the Browns starting job in 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
Reporters were asking Shadur Sanders about that, and Shadur started his response by just, miming, moving his mouth, but not saying any words.
That is weird. Is he okay?
Seriously, Coach Prime, and when he was in the NFL, was one of the coolest fucking people on the planet.
Yeah.
And his kid is a goddamn goober. It goes to show you this is why nepotism isn't a good thing. It's not because the people that have institutional knowledge who do a really good job with it, you're Kyle Shanahan's. It's because we get goobers jobs in the NFL, and they just go fucking weird, and they can't beat out 5'11" Dylan Gabriel for the starting job on the Browns, and we're just supposed to accept them after Mel Viper, see, you fucked me up, after Mel Kiper had a brain aneurysm live on stage. We're supposed to just accept that this guy should be on an NFL team. Almost entirely because his last name is Sanders.
I mean, he did play well in college, not, top 10 draft pick well, like Mel Kiper thought, but...
Right. He didn't play top 10 draft pick well in a weak quarterback class, and he was just a circus for any team that brought him in, because he has his brother following him around with a fucking Ronin 3, recording everything he does for his YouTube channel.
It's the way it is today. These athletes, they're influencers as well.
I mean, just not the good ones, you know?
No.
But
they actually focus on the sport.
Yeah, guess what? Jaden Daniels, not an influencer. Josh Allen, although he appears in more commercials now and is married to one of the most attractive women on the planet, still not an influencer. But Aaron Rodgers is the only example I can think of an MVP caliber quarterback who also did influencer shit. But when he was an MVP caliber, he wasn't doing influencer shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, if Skylar Thompson came out in the draft, we would not have been talking about him nearly as much as we talked about Shadur Sanders. And as we can see now, are they really that different? Are Skylar Thompson and Shadur Sanders really that different?
I feel like they're a little different.
Only one of them is ever going to start an NFL playoff game.
It's true.
And it ain't Shadur. Mike, some other news to check off here. Oh, I'm sorry. How are you doing today? I don't know if I asked you that or not.
You don't even care. You just don't even care. Just forget it. Just move on. My well-being's not important.
Do you have a sign in your background for Freddie Kitchens?
No.
Well done.
Okay.
Mike, some other news. Lamar Jackson out potentially weeks with a hamstring injury.
Convenient.
What is that?
I'm just kidding.
Is the MVP race officially over?
No, I think it's still going.
Week 4?
I think it's still going despite the box score stuffer, stat chaser Lamar Jackson being hurt.
Yeah, you really went on tilt one week about Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it's kind of what he does. It's like, oh, we're playing a bad team this week? Time to ball out.
You think you can guess in order the top 5 in MVP odds right now?
Josh, Lamar, Herbert, Saquon. No, Saquon's not having a great year.
Also, no one who's not a quarterback is going to be on the list, Mike.
That's disgusting. What this award has become.
It's the most valuable position.
Yeah, sure. Josh Lamar, Herbert, Mahomes, and
You almost said the right answer. I saw your mouth do it.
Jaden?
No. I thought you were going to say Jordan, as in Jordan Love.
Oh, yeah.
Lamar, not in the top 5. Flip him for Matthew Stafford. You almost got the list right. Goes,
that makes sense.
Joshy Boy, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, Matthew Stafford.
Why? I've like been disrespectful to Matt Stafford my whole career. I constantly forget about him, and then whenever I watch football, I'm like, God damn, the Stafford dude is amazing.
Have you guys heard about this Stafford guy?
Yeah.
Man, it's really fucking wild that Detroit made a conference championship game. Or sorry, didn't make a conference championship game. They made the divisional round last year as the 1 seed. After they had finally excised Barry Sanders too young, Megatron too young, and traded away Matthew Stafford.
Impressive.
Like that's the kind of shit that should throw a team into decades of incompetence. But they were already in decades of incompetence when they did all of that. So is it like a double reverse jinx? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, that's rare. They were incompetent when they had the good players, and then somehow that incompetence didn't extend after they left.
Yeah, interesting.
All thanks to Dan Campbell. No thanks to those bums, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, and their losing records.
Ben Johnson has a 500 record.
500.
Sir.
I apologize. His pants are still wet.
Yeah, Piss Pants Ben Johnson, 500. Yeah. We call him Mr. 500 Pissy Pants. Mike, other news that we probably aren't going to touch on, so we might as well touch on it. The Niners rule out Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall, and Jawan Jennings for Thursday Night Football. What?
Jesus
what's
Christ.
the case? What's the case to watch Thursday Night Football now?
Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua.
Can't wait for Puka Nacua to go out for 4 plays in the third quarter and come back and still have 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. What would happen if Puka Nacua played all snaps in a game? Would he eclipse 300 yards? Because he plays about 3/4 of them a game because he has to go into the locker room and get checked out for an injury every game.
All offensive snaps, not every snap.
No, he's not Travis Hunter. I mean, Travis Hunter doesn't play all offensive or defensive snaps. I bet you Puka Nacua misses a quarter a game and still plays more snaps than Travis Hunter.
You can watch it to see like Mac Jones versus Drew Stafford.
Who's Drew Stafford?
Oh shit. I did it again. Drew Stafford was an old right winger for the Buffalo Sabres.
Mike, I just posted the video from ESPN if you wanted to see Shadur Sanders miming answers to questions.
Oh, okay. You want me to watch it now or wait till after the podcast?
It's your call. I think that it would be good to have the reaction live, but we're not a live content company. We're an edited company. People don't know these podcasts usually last 6 to 7 hours, and I cut them down to an hour and a half.
Yeah, we do them from 1 in the morning till 7 in the morning,
and then it takes the rest of my day to edit them. Mostly to remove the horrible racist things Mike says.
Something went wrong. Please try again. The problem persists. Oh, here we go. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know what he was doing. It's really weird.
That's not an audio issue?
No.
He's actually not saying anything.
Yeah,
as he's moving his mouth.
No, that's for real.
Oh, he keeps doing it. He's still doing it.
Yeah. It's really weird, Mike.
It's not like it's something he did for like a second at the beginning to pop the reporters. Like he just kept going with it.
Yep.
Weird. He's probably on, the kids today. They're all on their Mollies and bath salts,
I can tell when you were a kid these days because those were your example drugs that kids were on. Now they just cheese.
Oh, they're cheesing.
They're cheesing.
Isn't that from South Park when they have cats?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Joe Alt, doubtful to play. Your thoughts?
That's a bummer.
Yeah, so no Rashawn Slater or probably no Joe Alt Sunday against the Washington Commanders, who are getting back Jaden Daniels.
Nice.
Yeah. Good week to not have your two top tackles because Washington doesn't have much of a pass rush. I probably wouldn't be starting Omarion Hampton, though, in fantasy.
Hey, speaking of fantasy.
Yeah.
All right, two things. One, this is like a metaphor for my life, right? In both our leagues, in the one, I had the highest scoring performance this week.
Mm-hmm.
The other, I had the second highest. In both leagues, I had the biggest blowout. Now, that sounds great until I realized in both leagues, I also won biggest overachiever based on projections. Not a good sign.
It's where you're the Carolina Panthers beating the Atlanta Falcons 30-0.
Yeah,
now
basically.
We're like, are the Panthers fixed?
Yeah. I mean, Scatabo and Genty turned it on, so.
And that's definitely going to happen every week.
I'll look it up after we're off the air to tell you. But after Pickens popped off and got me like 32 points, not 32. It was high. And I got sent the worst trade offer for him.
Was it by me?
No, it wasn't by you.
Okay,
but it was Pickens for like a pick, some garbage, and then the other receiver coming back to me was Jawan Jennings.
I like Jawan Jennings a lot. He also doesn't appear to play football anymore, is part of the problem with Jawan Jennings.
Yeah. So, anyway, enough of my fantasy talk.
Big injury bug in the West Coast this year.
Yeah, it's because of all the wokeness.
We get the National Guard in there, no more injuries.
Let's get the National Guard and a bunch of Bibles over there. They'll be indestructible.
How are they deploying the National Guard to cities when the government doesn't have any money?
Dude, I don't even know. It's not a great time in American history. All right, we're trying to make it through. Only 3 more years to go. All right.
Yeah, and then it'll totally be fixed. You excited to vote for Gavin Newsom or?
Lesser of two evils, brother. Lesser of two evils.
Great. Don't you love that our entire democracy is run by saying, I don't like this guy, but I like the other guy less.
Yeah. At least I'm back to living in a swing state, so I feel like my vote actually matters.
You got the gubernatorial election coming up there.
What is the gubernatorial election again?
The race to who's going to be the governor.
Oh, yeah. I've been seeing nonstop political ads.
It is. I can't believe you did that whole bit. You were like, yeah, so anyways, who's the gubernatorial?
I did the bit, and then halfway through I realized, like, Mike, we cannot remember what gubernatorial is.
It's all right. None of this is making it into the podcast.
No.
Oh, Mike, we are an NFL podcast, which means we come here, we talk about football, we finish talking about football, and then we get out of here. But this week,
I want to talk about the gubernatorial race
this week.
In Virginia.
I can't cut it.
Exactly.
This week, Mike, we are dipping our toes into the lesser of two products, college football, your home.
How dare you? How dare you?
We're going to do our updated mock draft. Earlier in the year, in August, we did our 1.01 mock draft, our top 10 for the 2026 NFL draft. In order, the final draft there went Lenora Sellers, Caden Proctor, Nuss Bus, Garrett Nussmeyer, Caleb Downs, TJ Parker, Spencer Fauno, Francis Mauigawa.
Spencer Fauno.
Oh, I thought you were going to correct my pronunciation on the one I really botched and not saying Fauno instead of Fauno.
I'm not touching the other one.
LT Overton, Drew Aller, and Jeremiah Love round out the end of our top 10 picks.
Do you think it's Maui Goa, though?
There you go. We are on to our second unified mock draft, Mike. Last time I went first, hence why Lenora Sellers was the number 1 overall pick. So I will magnanimously allow you to go first on our second. I almost said annual. Second bi-monthly. Semi-monthly.
I feel like it's been, 2 months now? Like a month and a half?
Month and a half.
Yeah, we did it like right before the season, like a couple weeks before the NFL season started.
Yeah.
The NFL, the much, much worse product. compared to college football.
You're going to show up on Thursday and watch fucking Mac Jones throw into DeMarcus Robinson for 3 hours.
I wasn't expecting you to let me go first. I thought we were just keeping the same order.
I got to flip it back and forth.
Wasn't prepared. Not prepared. All right. No, I am prepared to take a monster who's become like my dude. Well, he's everybody's dude because he's one of the top players in the draft. But Ruben Bain Jr., edge rusher out of Miami, number 1 off the board.
Ruben Bain Jr. out of Miami. I had him number 2 on my board.
That's fair. A lot of people have him. Big boards right now are weird, right? Well, big boards are always weird because big boards go by like, this is the best. These are how we rank these players. They don't take into account like who's drafting. Neither are we right now. But
big boards are also really funny because they're like, you know what? I think Caleb Downs just edges out Spencer Fauno. Those 2 guys with no overlap in their skill set. I'm going to compare those 2 quality of players.
Completely different players in every sense, like positions, and you're like, you know what? It is always funny because you'll hear people coming up to the draft where they'll say like, this player is the best overall player in this draft, and that always surprises me for the same reason, because I'm like, he plays a totally different position than multiple other players.
Yeah, like right now, is there a reasonable case to say Brendan Aubrey is the best overall player in the NFL?
See the way he's kicking it right now?
Yeah, I mean, that guy can make it from 75 yards, and like, how do you compare that to, I don't know, Myles Garrett? Who's better, Myles Garrett or Brendan Aubrey, Mike?
Oh boy, that's tough. I've never seen Myles Garrett hit a 60+ yarder. So Myles Garrett hit a 60+ yarder. So it's tough to say.
You remember the old Chris Paul as a Progressive agent or whatever, State Farm agent commercials? I think Myles Garrett would be Myles Garrett's State Farm agent.
Hey, is 275 big enough to play a traditional defensive end spot?
Traditional defensive end? Yes.
Yeah.
Modern defensive end? Probably a little big.
What'd you say?
Modern defensive end? Probably a little big.
A little big. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's listed on Bain's listed on some boards as like D-line / edge, but dude's got a 28.9% win rate, 3 sacks so far in the season. Has just been an absolute menace.
So Myles Garrett's 272.
He plays the end, right?
Yeah.
He's in line. Gotcha.
He plays corner. Yeah, he's in line.
He plays corner.
The dirt guy. Number 2, Mike, on the list. I'm going with Lenora Sellers, who
hanging on.
tragically falls 1 spot in the draft.
Yeah.
Over last time. You said hanging on. My God. Lenora Sellers still number 1 on most big boards.
For QB, yeah.
That's a period. Like, or I guess I should say mock drafts. Like early mock drafts got Lenora Sellers going number 1 overall.
Right, because of the positional value bump.
Mm-hmm. And because he's the best quarterback. All your Nuss Bus stock kind of drove off a cliff.
It's rough right now out there on the Nuss Bus. We got a flat tire. We're chilling on the side of the road waiting for AAA.
Yeah, flat tire on the Nuss Bus. Lost both wheels on the Arch Manning bandwagon. It's really Fernando Mendoza's draft to steal, isn't it?
It might be. Mendoza's he's flown up boards compared to the beginning of the year.
And unlike when that happened with JJ McCarthy, we actually watched him play football for him to fly up boards.
Yeah.
Mike, your number 3 pick. Well, your number 2 pick, but the number 3 overall pick.
Number 3 overall pick. Oof. I'm so torn because of the positional value here. I feel like you know what player I want to go with.
You waited until the 4th pick last time to draft him, so...
Yeah, so you know what? Screw it. We're doing it. Caleb Downs is going to be probably, I didn't do the research, I should have, but probably the highest drafted safety ever at number 3.
Let's see. Defensive back-wise, Isaac Okoro was taken number 3. Derek Stingley was taken number 4?
Yeah.
I don't know about safety.
Yeah,
Sua Craven's the highest drafted safety of all time?
Sure.
When was Jamal Adams drafted? They traded 2 first-round picks for him.
But you remember going into the draft, like I guess like during the lead up, there was some buzz that Kyle Hamilton could go could go in the top 5.
Jamal Adams went 6th overall.
Oh, there you go.
That's probably the highest, right?
Yeah, most likely for a safety. And for a safety like the caliber of Downs, like that, I could see him getting in the top 5. Like, this is the best safety prospect I've seen since Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton turned out pretty well. Downs could possibly be better. I think worst case scenario with Caleb Downs, you're getting a safety the caliber of Kyle Hamilton. That's not too bad.
And Kyle Hamilton went 14th.
Yeah. Because the NFL's dumb and let him drop to the goddamn Ravens.
All right, I'm up. I'm going with the positional importance pick here, Mike. Spencer Fauno.
Oh.
Offensive tackle, Utah.
Okay.
Moved up 2 spots from our previous draft.
Yeah.
Your pick, Mike. Number 5.
So you made my pick easier because I've spent literally all day prior to this podcast debating Spencer Fauno and the guy who I'm going to pick, Caden Proctor.
So you said literally. Please tell me you don't mean you spent literally all day debating that.
Not like literally all day, but throughout the day, every once in a while, the intrusive thought would pop back in and be like, Proctor or Fauno? Proctor or Fauno?
Proctor and Fauno sounds like a sick injury law firm.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Like, they definitely would chase ambulances and then tip them over because they're very large men.
I think between the two, Fauno's playing phenomenal. Proctor's playing really good as well. Fauno's ahead of him on a lot of big boards. I lean Proctor only for the size.
Yeah, you worried about Fauno's little T-Rex arms?
No, like Fauno's like low 300 and Proctor 6'7", 360 plus. So just because size, because Fauno's smaller, I lean towards Proctor.
Let's see here. Here's more my question, right? Because you can add or lose weight. But what is their arm length? That's the question.
Well,
Fauno 6'6", Proctor 6'7". They don't have their arm length because we haven't done the combine. But Proctor's got 1 inch and 60 pounds on Fauno.
I was about to say, you can put on weight. Can you put on 60 fucking pounds of weight?
God, if I could, I would put that on Jaden right now.
All in the butt.
So he looked like Caleb Williams?
Yeah, that really cushion him when he fell.
He'd be like that guy, the catcher for the Mariners.
You got a big butt? I don't watch baseball.
Yeah, I don't either. Just somehow it, invaded its way into my brain. I do have the Cubs Padres game on right now.
Is that why? Because I saw the other day on the news on SportsCenter on ESPN that baseball ratings were way up this season. Is it because of all the big butts?
Yeah, it's because that guy's big ass.
They got all the stay-at-home wives during the day watching the Cincinnati Reds versus the Kansas City Royals.
His nickname is Big Dumper.
Big Dumper.
Yeah.
That's kind of a badass nickname, actually.
He's got a huge ass. He's a catcher. Hit 60 home runs or something like that. Should we start a baseball podcast?
No.
Okay. 6th pick in the draft, Mike. I am going to say that we are in the middle of a run on tackles, and I'm going to take Francis Mauigoa.
Nice. Good pick. Good for you.
Good for you. just feels like when, because obviously we're predicting the draft. Yeah. When we get this run on tackles at the top, all of a sudden all the bad teams are going to panic and trade up to get tackles. So far we have Reuben Bain Jr., Lenora Sellers, Caleb Downs, Spencer Fauno, Caden Proctor, and Francis Mauigoa off the board.
Just to recap, Adam decided to do that review at pick 6 instead of pick 5, which does annoy me.
To be fair, I don't think we have to do a recap, period. It's 10 picks, but you seemed like you needed to buy some time.
Oh, no. Pick 7. Trying to decide where I want to go here.
Dead air.
Dead air. I'll go a little interior now.
Crocodile.
I'll go with Caleb Banks out of Florida.
Caleb Banks out of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the interior guy I would have gone with.
I'm interested to see who you would have gone with, because if it is who I think I'm gonna have pushback. But yeah, big body, 6'6", hell of a defender on the run. Get some help out of him as well and pressure. And despite Florida offensively, looking like, the meme of Patrick Starr where he nails a 2x4 to his head. That's Florida's offense this year. Their defense is playing really well, and Caleb Banks is part of it.
All right. Who have we taken? Let's see here. I'm going to go with Keldrick Falk.
See, that's what I was considering, and I decided to go interior.
You do always get one or two interior defensive linemen in the middle of these high-end picks, especially the really high-quality ones. But I don't know, man. Like, yeah, you want to be quality in the trenches, but I'm always going to say that you need edge defenders before you need interior defensive line. Hell, look at the Raiders. The Raiders don't have shit on the defensive line outside of Max Crosby, and Max Crosby is still causing absolute havoc in some of these games.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to like my thing with, because of the position, how early could Caleb Downs go? Because I feel like more people are like, we need to get our good corner before we get our good safety.
I have 2 players left that have not been drafted. I'm sorry, 3 players left that have not been drafted. So I'm gonna have some decisions to make here, Mike. But you were at number 9, so who are you taking?
Number 9. You know, it's high. Oh, no. I got it. I was between 2 players, but I'm going to go ahead and plant my flag here. He's going to, if he enters the draft, which if they win a natty, he'll definitely enter it. Maybe he will either way. He's going to continue to fly up draft boards. Dante Moore's a dude. The QB out of Oregon.
Man, how far down lists is he right now? That's really a flag planty one, isn't it?
That is.
He's 29th on Tankathon's big board.
Yeah, 14 touchdowns to 1 interception, almost a 75% completion percentage, 10 big-time throws. Watch Oregon on the weekends, boys. Dante Moore's a dude.
You're the Fernando Mendoza truther, and I can't believe you didn't take him.
I kind of picked on him a little bit with my on Saturday review this week.
You did. Which just got posted, Mike.
It did, right before the pod.
Yeah. Final pick here. See, now I'm split, because I could go Fernando Mendoza, and then I could be the Mendoza guy, and that would be very exciting for me.
You could be on the Mendoza line.
I could be on the Mendoza line. I could go. We haven't had a single skill position player taken here. I could go skill position. Or I can plant my flag in a guy further down the list. It's not quite creeping up there yet, but is in a similar conversation to Dante Morez. If these people go on a run in the postseason, best be looking out for this guy. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to get on the draft board here, and that way I'll look super fucking smart when we have the bar graph at the end of the year, or the line graph at the end of the year that shows how people climbed up our top 10s. I'm going with Mateo Uigalele.
Oh, okay.
The edge defender out of Oregon.
Them Ducks.
I think that if, like you said, if we get a big Oregon run, and people are seeing Uigalele play in the postseason, this could be a big climb for him. Right now, Tankathon has him ranked 18th. He's got 11 tackles, 4 sacks in 5 games, and 3 passes defended, which I thought was pretty phenomenal. 6'5", 270, closer to your classic edge, playing 6 technique outside of the tackle. But I don't know, man. Kind of a dude, that Uigalele.
No, he's good. We were talking the other day because there was a mock draft that had the commies taking him.
Ooh, yeah. Never mind. I'm gonna drop him off my top 10 so people don't know about him.
Okay, keep it a secret. Who was your? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, who was your top-rated interior defensive lineman?
My top-rated interior defensive lineman, who I did not have translate over to my notes. Let me go back to my spreadsheet that I've been keeping track of this on. Peter Woods.
Okay, that's what I figured. Because Peter Woods and TJ Parker, Peter Woods, the interior defender out of Clemson, and TJ Parker, the edge, are very high on draft boards. I'm out.
Yeah, TJ Parker is entering the Shamar Stewart zone for me, where it's like, hey, can we see some consistent production before we start giving this guy all the flowers?
For me, it's just like, I know overall team success doesn't always reflect on the player outside of QB, but like they're supposed to be the dudes, the difference makers on that defense, and they haven't been. So it's probably not for lack of talent or skill. Just saying.
I agree. It is all Dabo Swinney's fault. You got any honorable mentions? I got two to throw out real quick that we didn't pick up. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza. The other one that we didn't mention, Jordan Tyson, who is progressively looking like he's going to be the top skill position player off the board.
Yeah. I still hold my Jeremiah Love stock very high. 3 tutties this past week from my boy Jeremiah Love. 2 from his, halfback partner, Jadarian Price. And CJ Carr's been hot. All right, never mind. Going down a different road. Anyway.
And who were they playing?
Arkansas. Who has a terrible defense.
Yeah.
But we'll take them. We'll take it. Yeah, so I think Love's still going to be top halfback off the board, and I'll plant the flag and say he's definitely top 15.
Definitely top 15. All right, Mike. Our second ever mock draft for the 2026 NFL Draft. Reuben Bain Jr., Lenore Sellers, Caleb Downs, Spencer Fauno, Caden Proctor, Francis Mauigoa, Caleb Banks, Keldrick Falk, Dante Moore, and Mateo Uigalele.
Is it Uigalele or is it Uiangale? Like DJ?
I don't know, man. I looked up a pronunciation of the last name on YouTube that was made in 2019.
Okay, well, it's accurate. YouTube said so in 2019. So
Yeah.
I don't know why you would question that. No one took Jennings Dunker. Tackle out of Iowa.
Mike, the mock draft segment's over.
I know, but Dunker?
You can stop just naming guys.
Dunker? Come on.
Isn't that the guy that hit those 60 home runs? Big Dunker. We are now back to talk the NFL, moving on and up to the east side from
at college.
We are at roughly the quarter mark of the NFL season. Obviously, in a 17-game season, there is no real quarter mark. It's like week 5, but the first quarter of most games or something like that.
Yeah, they really ruined it when they added the 17th game.
Yeah, really ruining my favorite sport. But we're going to take a quick little look forward at the next quarter here, and we're going to predict from weeks 5 to 9. So this week and the following 3 weeks, 6, 7, 8, 9, the following 4 weeks, who is going to lead the league in team record, team EPA per play, defensive EPA allowed, and then the solo awards, passing yards, receiving yards, rushing yards, and touchdowns. So those are individuals, not teams, for those last 4 stat categories. Mike, I figured we'd get real weird with this one, and I thought that maybe we could do it kind of like a draft, where you have to get one for each. You have to draft record, EPA per play, defensive EPA allowed, passing yards, receiving yards, rushing yards, and touchdowns. But we can only have one person picked for each category. So, for instance, if for passing yards, I took Josh Allen in the first round to lead the NFL in passing yards from week 5 to 9, you could not also take Josh Allen to lead the league in passing yards week 5 to 9.
Yeah, I got it. I know what you meant.
Well, yeah, but you're not the only fucking person who's going to hear this podcast, Mike.
Well, I feel like when you said like a draft, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like someone couldn't draft Fernando Mendoza and the next team be like, I also take Fernando Mendoza.
What if a baby's listening to the podcast and they don't understand drafts?
That's true. Big shout out to our age 0 through 5 demographic.
Yeah. They're the ones who really make the purchases these days. That's why I keep emailing people to get a breast milk sponsorship. Kick or receive, Mike?
You go first.
I will go first then. I feel pretty confident about two teams under record. So that is not where I'm going to go. I'm going to go defensive EPA allowed. And I'm going to take the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans to allow the lowest EPA per play. Okay. The whispered okay. The lowest, I'm picking them to allow the lowest EPA per play, weeks 5 to 9. So far on the season, they weren't great in weeks 1 and 2, but weeks 3 and 4, they kind of figured it out, and they've only allowed a negative .223 EPA per play, weeks 3 and 4. Minnesota was another option I was thinking about going with, but they had a real bad performance last week, and they are playing not in Ireland, they're playing in Germany again this week against Dylan Gabriel. Poor Dylan Gabriel. His first game is overseas against Brian Flores.
Don't count him out. That man has a lot of football experience. He's 45.
He's 45 and 5'2".
Yeah. Don't count him out.
All right, Mike. What is your first pick?
Oh boy, you really threw me for a loop with this whole draft concept. I'm gonna go ahead and go passing yards because I feel like there's an obvious choice that I should grab now, and that's Dirty Dak Prescott.
Currently leading the league in passing yards
at
1,119.
And what is one? His defense is fair to say terrible.
That's a good reason that this is a strong bet because his defense is legitimately in competition for the worst in the NFL.
And I mean, while Javonte Williams hasn't been bad, been pretty solid actually, running the ball, I mean, it's still their defense can't get a stop. So I feel like in most Cowboys games, once it hits like the third quarter, it's going to be like 75% passing plays. So, and we saw it against Green Bay. He cooked. Pickens cooked. And if Pickens comes back and keeps cooking along with CeeDee Lamb cooking, got a little lamb in the kitchen, that'd be pretty monstrous.
You know what helps your case a lot with this? Is that as of right now, the Cowboys are on track to play 8.5 overtime quarters in the season.
I love it.
So that's a whole extra 2 games of passing yards.
I thought you were going to say what the other thing that helps us is superstar tight end Jake Ferguson.
Didn't he get hurt in the last game?
Did he? I don't know.
I think he did. I think he got hurt. All right, Mike. Obviously, now I don't need to worry about picking passing yards for a while since you're boxed out of that category. You've already taken your player. So my question is, what is the next most competitive category that I really want to get someone with? I think I'm going to go receiving yards. I'm going to go receiving yards, Mike. I'm going to take a little guy by the name of Puka Nacua, who you might not know this, but he was really a standout at the Senior Bowl a few years ago.
He was not too bad.
I don't know if you've heard about this event before.
Yeah.
It's the Senior Bowl. I usually cover it for the website.
You do? I missed those articles. Sorry.
Puka's leading the NFL in receiving yards right now. A paltry 503 through 4 weeks.
Paltry.
He's currently second in target share with a 37.6% target share. Can you guess who is number 1 overall in the NFL in target share right now?
I can't.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Who else are they going to throw it to?
He has.
I know.
So Puka Nacua has a 37.6% target share.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson is at 39%.
I think. Let me check one thing real quick. I was looking at overall targets because I know at one point, like, this is hilarious. So, like, Puka, 49 targets, 503 yards. Chris Olave. Rattler likes him some Chris Olave. He's thrown to him 41 times. That's second in the league in targets, 6 ahead of third place. And Olave has 185 yards.
Jesus Christ.
It's amazing.
Don't think I didn't notice you picking up Rattler in fantasy.
Dude, I know. I felt like I could sell on Jake Browning.
You see the final bids in for Woody Marks?
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, got him. Got him $45 of fab.
Mm-hmm.
Just edging out podcast hero Tyler Carcara.
Yeah.
Mike, your next pick. The categories without picks remaining are rushing yards, touchdowns, and EPA per play, as well as record, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go record here. I'm going to go record. And I'm going to take a team that I think is in fuego, and I think is totally shutting up any doubts about their coordinators leaving, and that's the Detroit Lions. They're hot, hot, hot. Their next four are... Oh, wait, never mind. That's not who I meant to pick. I was looking at the wrong thing there. Look at the wrong thing there.
Who are you taking instead, Mike?
Cut that. Never mind. I'm going to go offensive EPA per play instead, and I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills.
All right, let me just...
Which is pretty chalk. They currently lead, at least on the boards, according to my model, a.k.a. the websites I go to for this information, they are leading the NFL in EPA per play. Next 3 weeks, not super hard. We're looking at the Pats this week, which actually is sneaky. It's on in prime time, and that could end up being a tough game for them. But then Falcons, Panthers, and then Chiefs. But it's the regular season, and we have a great record against the Chiefs in the regular season.
So through the length of this exercise, you got Pats, Falcons, bye week, Panthers, Chiefs.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So that's
Wait, does the bye week count?
Well, yeah, it's weeks 5 to 9.
Oh, okay. Shit. Oh, no, that's good. That's
that's good. That's less opportunity. Yeah. It would be worse. It'd be worse for record. That being said, we need to discuss this real quick. For record, are we going win-loss or winning percentage?
It would be the same thing, wouldn't it?
No.
Oh, no, because some teams would play 4, some teams would play 3. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking like each team's next 4 games. I wasn't thinking about how bye weeks were factoring in, so I'll let you make the call on that.
You're so difficult sometimes by your refusal to ever make the call on anything. I'll say we'll go winning percentage on record then.
Gotcha.
That way it flattens it out. It lets us pick people that have a bye week. Although maybe then it benefits people that have a bye week. Who knows? Who's to say, Mike? Who's to say?
Who's to say? The one game that could hurt the Bills EPA, because they have the bye, so the 3 games they're going to play in that stretch, like you said, Pats, Falcons, Panthers. Probably the Falcons. That's a good defense. They're playing very well right now, but I still think we can move the ball on them. And James Cook's just cooking.
All right, Mike. I am going to try to head you off, prevent you from getting the proverbial like corners in tic-tac-toe where there's no way to defend you anymore. I'm going to take record, and I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, based on winning percentage, they were the right pick. I didn't realize we were doing that. It's 100% winning percentage.
So, like I said, Pats at Falcons, bye week at Panthers, and home for the Chiefs. I am not worried about the Falcons. The Falcons are an inconsistent team, and Josh Allen is going to kind of prove that we have been overrating the Falcons' defense. They are relying heavily on rookies on that defense, as well as an injured or hobbled A.J. Terrell and an over-the-hill Jesse Bates.
Damn.
And I think eventually the rug's going to get pulled out from under them. And I'm going to go ahead and guess that's going to happen when they have to play against Josh fucking Allen.
Josh fucking Allen. I like that.
All right, Mike, you still can pick record, defensive EPA allowed per play, rushing yards, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Those are the categories you have left to fill.
So Jonathan Taylor is currently leading the league in rushing yards. Do you know this, Adam?
I do.
But you know what the problem is there?
They're about to be bad.
The cracks in DJ are starting to show. And so as time goes on, teams will be like, yeah, we don't have to worry about that as much. Let's go ahead and just put that extra man in the box. So I'm going to go ahead. Probably decide if I should do this, plant my flag, because I don't feel like I have a lot of evidence to say that this is a smart pick. All right. I won't. I'm going to go ahead and once again, I'm actually going to go Bijan Robinson.
Bijan, who is not currently in the top 5 of yards.
Not. But I like what that team did this last week against the Commies. I think they're going to get rolling. I think Bijan's going to get moving. Chargers next week, not going to be the easiest to run against, but then Bears and Bears and then Cowboys. He could put up 400 against Cowboys.
Yeah, he could double his yearly total against the Cowboys.
Exactly.
Not a bad pick there, Mike. Not a bad pick.
Almost.
What's up?
I almost went Genty.
You almost went Genty.
Dude, he got the stances back. He's standing up straight. He's cooking. All right.
It's outrageous. I still have a few different directions I can go with here. I suppose I should go touchdowns, as that's the only category that has not been picked yet. Current leaders on the season: Amon-Ra St. Brown at 6, James Cook and Rome Odunze at 5, George Pickens at 4. Man, I think I'm going to go James Cook. Led the NFL in touchdowns last year. I don't think that this is going to be a fluke. There's always the people that want to say, well, Josh Allen's going to vulture him, but that has not been the evidence in the last few years, because someone, probably Joe Brady, thought enough to say, hey, you know what we shouldn't do is barrel our MVP caliber, the only way we're winning the Super Bowl ass quarterback, into a stacked box with the 350-pound defensive linemen to try to get a touchdown.
Yeah, it's been the opposite. Like, James Cook has caused Allen's, like, yardage-wise to drop.
Yeah. Josh Allen's, like, counting stats are his worst through 4 weeks in, like, 3 years, just by sheer volume, which is probably a good thing if you're a Bills fan, because they're also undefeated. All right, Mike, your pick. You still have touchdowns, receiving yards, defensive EPA, and record. And at this point, it's just a free-for-all. Whatever you feel like picking. There's no more strategy left in this.
I feel like you're trying to, like, trick me by saying that.
We've each picked one from each category.
Oh, gotcha. So I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, so I cannot pick another person to get touchdowns, so.
Okay. So this is going to sound a little wild. Defensive EPA allowed. The number 4 team, I believe it was, or 5. 4 or 5 is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, 3.
3. Okay. I was totally wrong. That's who I'm taking. They also have a bye week in this stretch, but their next 3 are going to be Chiefs, Seahawks, and Rams. Chiefs offense look good against an extremely depleted Ravens defense. I don't think they'll get super lit up by them. Seahawks, they can obviously shut down. All you have to do is just not let Jackson Smith and Jigba go wild. Cover Jackson Smith and Jigba, and you can do fine. And then the Rams, who Stafford's playing great, EPA per play-wise, are actually farther down the list than some people would think.
So I have my questions about the Jacksonville Jaguars defense and how sustainable this is going to end up being. That being said, you are betting on a group that has much performed expectation in their secondary with literally no one notable at safety. Like, we made jokes about one of their safeties who was getting actual snaps named Rian Lane III, who went to Navy.
Yeah.
And also their cornerback group that is currently buoyed by Jordan Lewis and Tyson Campbell. Those all pro names to you there, Mike?
Teams don't got tape on them. They ain't got the tape. They don't know what these guys can do. Right. Also, it helps. It helps a lot that, like, Devin Lloyd's playing fantastic, and like Josh Hines Allen has played really well so far this year. He's having, like, a bounce back year. Not in, like, counting stats, like the sack numbers aren't up there, but he's playing way better.
Really making us look dumb.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go straight down the list here. I'm going to take EPA per play, and I am going to take the Green Bay Packers, who EPA loves themselves a boomer bust offense. And boy, let me tell you something. The Green Bay Packers got themselves a boomer bust offense. Big bounce back with their tie in week 4. They're currently sitting at plus 1.175 EPA per play. Their only real down performance was week 3, when Jordan loved it all over the place.
Loved it
throwing
hard.
a crucial pick and overthrowing receivers left and right. They're dropping receivers like they always do, but the good thing about having a bunch of wide receiver 2s is when 2 of your wide receiver 2s go out, you still have 3 wide receiver 2s and Tucker Kraft.
Helps.
Your pick, Mike.
I'm gonna go ahead and go record. No, I'm not.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go record.
You have to pick it at some point, Mike.
I do. I know, that's right. I don't know why I'm overthinking it. Yeah, I'm gonna go record, and it's gonna sound a little wild, but I'm gonna say the Baltimore Ravens.
You know they don't have Lamar.
Oh, that's right. God
Ravens?
damn it.
I didn't even write them down in my list. I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential teams for record. Did not include the Ravens because they don't have Lamar Jackson.
When I jotted them down, I didn't think about the Lamar thing. And you already took the Bills, which is like pretty much the best pick.
Not biased at all.
Not biased at all. So I'm going to go ahead and go. It's a little counterintuitive to my EPA allowed pick in the Jaguars, but I'm going to go Rams then. They have the Niners bye week. No, I'm sorry. They have Niners, and then on a short week, that's this Thursday night's game. Then they got Ravens, Jags, and then bye week.
And then
I think they can beat the Ravens with no Lamar. And while I think they won't light up the Jags defense, I'm still like, if it comes down late in a tight game, who do you want throwing the ball? Trevor Lawrence or Matt Stafford?
I don't know. Not Trevor Lawrence. He really can overthrow Brian Thomas Jr. in the middle of the field.
Yeah. Unless you're wearing all orange and are from South Carolina, you're probably saying Matt Stafford.
In which case, you'd be wearing all black and be from Georgia.
Why black?
They got black in their color or their uniforms.
The main color is red, but I guess you're saying.
According to some people.
According to the jerseys that are 98% red.
Not when he was there. I'm red-black colorblind. I don't know if you know that or not.
You don't see color.
Just not red or black. The other colors I see. And I'm vitrally against them. Staying on pace with this, passing yards. We're only going to end up talking about 4 fucking teams during the course of this exercise, but I'm taking Matt Stafford. Currently second, only 5 yards down on Dak Prescott, despite the fact that Dak Prescott has played 2 extra quarters over Matt Stafford. Is this the Stafford MVP season? Many people are asking, Mike.
He's been robbed of that throughout his career. I guess not robbed, but he's always been like, always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, it'd help if he would ever fucking run the ball.
No. I didn't like that metaphor because now I'm picturing Matt Stafford in a dress. I can't get it out of my head.
In a sleep number next to his wife.
Yes.
I like it cold, and I like it even colder. You know who can't act?
Who?
Matt Stafford and his wife.
No. Yo, Matt Stafford versus Mac Jones is a great matchup of like, you don't have to have a great body to play quarterback.
It's like people love to be like you don't got to be super in shape. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is more in shape than anyone I see on a given day. Let's talk Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Mac Jones, that national championship photo of him smoking a cigar is maybe the least sexy picture that's ever existed on the internet.
Really? That was kind of cool. Smoking a cigar. That was a
with
little
his fucking belly hanging out?
Oh, yeah. That's even more badass.
No. Mike, your next pick. You still have receiving yards and touchdowns to pick.
That is correct, Adam. I'm going to go ahead and knock out the receiving yards. With little man, named George Pickens.
Where does he even rank in this right now?
What, in yards
receiving
on
yards.
the year?
Yeah.
On the year, he's not that far out. He had 134 this past week, which puts him at 10th in the league. I'm just saying, high ankle sprains, what CD has, they're a little tricky. Those high ankle sprains are a little tricky. Sometimes they can take longer to, low ankle sprains, easy. Few days, you're back up. High ankle sprains, once they get high, you never know how long they could be out. And also, if Dak starts getting in rhythm with Pickens for a couple weeks and then CD comes back,
they might just trade him to the Packers.
Yeah, Dak might have moved on. I said Pickens is my boy. I'm Pickens him over you, CD.
What is the distance difference between a low and high ankle sprain?
About 4.345 inches.
Okay.
Because
I was wondering,
journals.
Is it like 4 inches? Like, is it this much of a distance, or is it like literally like an inch and a half?
I'm guessing if it, I imagine like a low ankle sprain, or just an ankle sprain as they call it, would probably be like around like that joint right at the ankle.
Yeah, like where your foot connects to your shin.
Yeah, where there's like that ball on the side of your foot.
So where is a high ankle sprain?
A few centimeters above that. I'm not a doctor.
By the way, second in target share third in target share behind Garrett Wilson and Puka Nacua. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 35.4% target share.
Yes, sir.
Guess that Cooper Kupp acquisition isn't really paying off the dividends.
It's not really necessary.
All right, Mike, continuing down the list here, I'm going to take rushing yards. Your current leader, Jonathan Taylor, averaging 5.4 yards a carry. James Cook in second at 5.3 yards a carry. Travis Etienne at 6.1 yards a carry. Now, some people will say that he has had 88 breakaway yards, according to PFF, and that he has had multiple times where he has gotten to the outside and had a, say, 71-yard run, and that's probably not sustainable. And while I agree with that, that's it. That's the end of the thought. I agree with that. I'm not taking Travis Etienne. I am going to take J.K. Dobbins for the next 5 weeks.
Ooh.
J.K. Dobbins has started to cook a little bit. We know that Sean Payton loves to drag everyone's fantasy season through the mud and just run the old guy over and over again, a la Mark Ingram. And J.K. Dobbins is just way out snapping any other back in this offense right now. And by the way, looks pretty good.
Not too bad.
Despite the fact that he had an incredibly slow start, he is sitting at 323 yards, 5.7 yards on average. Really good offensive line. They need the pass to set up the run, a little bit backwards of the other thing, but defenses really need to respect Bo Nix's ability to throw a ball to Troy Franklin and Troy Franklin not to drop it on his balls. But I believe eventually it'll click.
There was like a small moment in time where I was like, this is it. Troy Franklin breakout. And like the last 2 weeks happened. I was like, nope, this isn't it.
I did that for a couple of years with Quentin Johnston, and then I was like, it's over. And now he's fourth in the league in passing yards, or in receiving yards. Right when I drafted Lad McConkey in fantasy, too. Isn't fucking football just great? Mike, your pick, and the final pick, who is going to lead the NFL in touchdowns week 5 to 9?
And is this just skill position, or could it be a quarterback?
Well, it can be a quarterback, but it can't be passing touchdowns.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. Who'd you take again?
James Cook.
Oh, that's a good pick. Good pick. I'm going to go running back as well. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that last week was not a fluke, and his 3 touchdowns were not a fluke. Ashton Genty. Oh, we got the Colts this week? Who cares? Lighten them up. They're falling apart. Ooh, we got the Titans next week? That's 5 touchdowns. That's 5 tutties right there. He may even throw for one. Doesn't count for this experiment, but he might throw for one. We might do a little Philly special. Geno in the end zone. Just saying. Toe taps it on the fade route. Just saying. It could happen.
That's a good pick because Geno Smith, I think, might be the most comparable quarterback to Nick Foles.
That's good. Yeah, I can see the comparison there. That's very good. You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
I got PFF pulled up, looking at like the team's records.
Fucking cheating?
No, I'm looking at not cheating. I'm looking at like the team's schedule, see they had coming up, and the spread I guess is already out for the Titans game in a couple of weeks, and the Raiders are 6.5-point favorites.
It's pretty bleak out there for my Tennessee Titans, Mike.
Yeah,
I keep acquiring players on the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I feel for Cam Morton. Had quote of the season when he said, "If we keeping it a buck, we ass."
Yeah. Which quote was
also
better? Cam Ward saying, "If we keeping it a buck, we ass," or Shadur Sanders miming saying words to the press?
I'm gonna say Cam Ward. That's a lot cooler. But I did also see the full clip of him responding to the question. He said like a lot of things you want to hear your QB say.
For instance, if we keeping it a buck, we ass. I want to hear my QB say that.
Yeah, that. But then he also was like, like we got, like I have to be better. This has to be better. Like we all have to be better. He made a comment where he was like, I mean, like, we threw away a quarter of our fucking season. And he said he had some fire about him, leadership qualities. I'd say it made me buy a little more Cam Ward stock.
Well, too bad you already sold your Cam Ward stock to me.
Yeah, for 3 touchdown Genty.
Is that for the season?
Hope not.
All right, Mike. Our final teams here. We'll start with me. I have the Bills to have the best record, Packers to have the best EPA per play, Houston to allow the lowest EPA per play, Matthew Stafford to lead the league in passing yards, Puka Nacua to lead the league in receiving yards. I guess that's pretty good. I got the stat going. J.K. Dobbins to lead the league in rushing yards, and James Cook to lead the league in touchdowns. You have the Rams to have the best record, the Bills to lead the league in EPA per play, the Jacksonville Jaguars to allow the lowest EPA per play, Dak Prescott to lead the league in passing yards, George Pickens to lead the league in receiving yards. You also got the stat going. Nice job. Bijan Robinson to lead the league in rushing yards, and Ashton Genty to lead the league in touchdowns. We'll check back after week 9 and see which one of us gets to have the 100% stake in townalone.com.
I hope we're both wrong, like all of them. Like, we
Across the board, yeah. Turns out the answer for all of them is Tyrod Taylor. With that, Mike, we only got a couple segments left, and the podcast is going to be over for the week. You didn't seem very sad about it.
Destroyed.
Mike, as you know, Team Town Alone for the 2025-26 NFL season is the 2-2 Arizona Cardinals, coached by the Gan Man, as you have tried to get going as his nickname. They are playing the Titans this week and are an 8.5-point favorite, which, if you ask me, is too high for the Cardinals to be favored against anyone.
Probably.
Going into the week here, the biggest storylines are the injuries to the Arizona Cardinals, who now have Trey Benson on IR. They have Zay Jones, Will Johnson, and Will Hernandez is questionable, and Darius Robinson is out. That is to mount on top of the people that were already injured and on IR for this team, including our mainstay Garrett Williams. What?
Is that makes DeMarcado their lead back this weekend?
Yeah. DeMarcado is the lead back with Michael Carter probably as the early downs guy.
Oh my god. That's bleak.
Yeah. It's pretty bleak. This game could be unwatchable. It could be. It could be bad. Before we get to that game itself, though, similar vein, I want to do a quick 4-week retrospective. What have we learned about the Cardinals through 4 weeks? I'll tell you what I've learned, Mike. We have a talent for picking the most 500 team in the NFL when we do these. They are 2-2. They have 0.01 EPA per play.
Yeah.
That is a rounding error. But don't worry, when they're leading, they have 0 EPA per play. They are expected to score 0 points per play when leading. That pairs really well with the fact that this offense has no identity. They have inconsistent week-to-week explosive play rate, no dominant personnel concepts, as in they literally do not have a personnel concept that they run in the top 10 of the NFL, including, for some inexplicable reason, 12 personnel. Like, you got Trey Benson, and you're not running out there with 2 tight ends. The defense has been plagued by injury. And I got to ask, Mike, are we losing faith in Gannon and Petzig?
Definitely lost faith in Petzig 4 weeks into the season. Starting to lose faith in Gannon, yeah.
Yeah, the team, just the team's inability to stay on top of leads. That lead that they blew to Carolina and almost lost the game. I mean, maybe that looked a little better when Carolina then blew out the Falcons the next week, but I would say that those are two outliers. And really, it's more of a concern than anything that they blew that lead and that they let the Seahawks back into it on some special teams there. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been inconsistent. Kyler Murray is inconsistent. I don't even know what to think of this team anymore. Kyler Murray, while under pressure, has one of the lowest EPAs per dropback in the league and one of the highest ADOTs. When he gets under pressure, he literally cannot see the check down.
He just chucks it.
He just fucking chucks it, man. I don't know. What have you learned through 4 weeks of the season with this team?
I did not think, like, their first 4 games were Saints, Panthers, Niners, Seahawks. And considering I was super low on the Niners coming into the season, I was like, there's a chance they can start this year like 4-0, set themselves up really well to make the playoffs. They're 2-2, and not only that, their wins against the Saints and the Panthers were 1-score wins.
And neither one of them should have been. It's just like that Saints game in week 1, they just utterly stopped being able to move the ball for a long stretch of that game. So far on the season, they have 82 points for and 74 points against. They are literally a one score over being 500.
Yeah, they're very middle. I mean, you nailed it. They're a very middle of the road ass team.
Yeah. They won their first 2 games, lost their last 2. I'm gonna go ahead and chalk this one up to a win, but they're an 8.5 point favorite, and I'm gonna guess the Titans cover that.
Will Johnson's gonna be back, right?
He's questionable.
He's questionable. That's good. But then again, I feel like it's never a good sign when like you're like saving grace is to be like, oh, that rookie player is back, right?
Yeah.
It's never a good sign. Yeah, it's been disappointing for me because between the two, I've been like hammering the Cardinals since like last year.
Yeah.
I was like, what they're building, this is going to work. Everything's going to be great. I do think it's a good, like Marvin Harrison Jr. coming alive in the second half last week was good. They have to build on that. It makes it harder to build on that when now teams know you have no chance to run the ball on us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in his return last week, Paris Johnson Jr. was very good, but outside of that, the offensive line has been fine to bad.
Yeah.
And now you're trusting DeMarcado and Michael Carter to run the ball. And we have to have faith that Petzig can come up with a running scheme that takes the best advantage of those guys' talents.
I'm not gonna
or
lie,
that Kyler Murray can see a short halfback in the flat.
I had no idea where Michael Carter was. I was only like 50% sure he was still in the NFL, but not positive.
Who was the defensive player that the Cardinals drafted that you were super high on?
There was a couple of them.
Walter Nolan III, Will Johnson, Jordan Birch, Cody Simons, Denzel Burke, Hayden Connor, and Kitten Crawford.
Yeah, I really liked the it was Walter Nolan is the player you were talking about, but I also really like that Denzel Burke pick as well.
Walter Nolan obviously injured, has not played for them yet.
Jury's still out.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. But Kitten Crawford has finally been getting some runway the last couple weeks as their secondary flounders and struggles, and has played very well for a 7th round pick, but still a little reliant on rookies for this defense to click, and that's never a great thing, especially when a team cannot get their offense to move the ball for long stretches. Like if this was Green Bay, and Green Bay had an offense that could really move the ball on the ground and through the air, and then on defense was really relying on rookies, but that's okay because they could stick with it. Sure. But it's not. It's the Cardinals who have scored 82 points this season against such defensive juggernauts as the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I thought through 4 weeks, like prior to their last game, my frustration was like they need to open the offense up, but now I'm feeling like, oh, they don't have the personnel to open this offense up.
Yeah, you got to hope that their offensive line starts to click and can keep Kyler safe. But the problem is Kyler wants to hold onto the ball and chuck it downfield because he can't see over the middle of the field. And they aren't getting out there with heavy sets and working off of that like you would in a Shanahan-style offense or a LaFleur-style offense. So, like, Trey Benson is basically just a wide receiver who lines up in line. Anyways, Mike, now that we've sufficiently shit on the Arizona Cardinals for being mid.
You want to make a prediction here?
Yeah.
On their next, since we were doing the whole last segment was all about predicting the next 4 weeks. They have Titans, they're at Indianapolis, the Packers, and then they go on a bye.
Okay. So going into the bye week, what will the record be is the question.
Yeah, what do they do in this next 3 stretch?
1-2?
Yeah.
Go into the bye 1 game under 500? Who do they have coming out of the bye?
Dallas.
Kyler loves playing in Dallas.
In Jerry World. Like Titans, they should win. Packers are probably going to lose. So then it's like the Colts game is like the toss-up, depending on what they look like in a couple weeks.
The Colts game is going to be the war of the Nick Foles Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be the Stink versus the Gannon. The Stink versus the Gangan man.
Loser leaves town.
Loser leaves town.
All right, Mike.
Gannon could end up leaving town if things keep going this way.
Pedzic definitely will. They're going to fire Pedzic and hire Bobby Slowick. Justice for Slowick. Mike, let's microscope back down on this Titans game. Like we said, Cardinals are an 8.5-point favorite. Any direct thoughts on this? Any reads you have on this?
I mean, not much. The Titans are a very bad team, unfortunately. There's not much.
According to some people.
Yeah, according to some people. According to my model. Like McBride and Harrison should be able to get open and do some damage. I really wish that this team had an actual wide receiver too and not Michael Wilson, but what are you going to do? They're not going to be able to run the ball. So, I mean, but the sad thing is they're probably going to try. Like I could see Petzig getting up by like 7 points and then being like, all right, let's lock it down, boys. Time to
sit on it.
Clock. Yeah.
Michael Carter is going to get what, like 19 attempts?
Yeah, I feel like DeMarcado is used primarily as like a passing back.
Yeah, he's going to use the passing game more, which is once again great because Kyler Murray cannot see his running backs in the passing game.
No, it's a problem. Is this Cam Ward breakout game?
It could be Cam Ward breakout game. The defense is very hurt. That being said, the offensive line's terrible, and they got a little guy who's going to be lined up across from Cam Ward by the name of Calais Campbell, who has been a fucking beast this year.
And Josh Sweat, how dare you? So
it could be another Cam Ward's under fire all game. But that being said, I keep saying that. That being said is my word of the day. Can I give you my favorite Tennessee Titans stat that I learned while doing research for this?
Yeah.
The Tennessee Titans lead the NFL in 11 personnel. So that's 1 running back and 1 tight end. They lead the NFL in 11 personnel rate. They are also dead last in EPA per play in 11 personnel. Can we fire this whole fucking coaching staff?
Don't worry, they will.
They're like, okay, our offensive line is complete fucking dog shit. Let's not give them any help with a pass blocking running back or an extra tight end. Let's just line up 3 wide receivers there, which if you can name a 3rd wide receiver on that team, you win the week.
Tyler Lockett.
Is Tyler Lockett on the Titans? That's amazing. Yeah. Congratulations, Mike. You win the week.
He's got 46 yards in 4 games. How dare you forget him?
Averaging, 10.2 yards a game?
Yeah. Oh, dear God. Calvin Ridley has 3 drops already this year.
How many does Alec Iomanor have?
Just 1.
Oh, look at that. Alec Iomanor.
And he has more yards. He's eating Ridley's lunch.
Sneaky wide receiver 1. Mm-hmm. With that, Mike, all these predictions, I'm going to go Alec Iomanor touchdown because there is no defensive backs left on this team. Plus the Titans cover and the Cardinals win. How do you feel about that?
I like it. It's not a terrible parlay to place. I don't hate it.
They don't have the odds up for it yet because they don't have player props up. But we'll keep an eye out on that. I'll have Mike tweet it out on all the socials, by which I mean at Townel and Mike on Twitter.
Yeah, that's definitely one worth keeping an eye out. I'm gonna say Kyler has his most passing attempts of the season. And the Cardinals rush for less than 50 yards as a team.
So over Kyler passing attempts and under whatever the rushing total is wouldn't be a bad one for you either. All right, with that, Mike, let's do Survivor picks and we'll get out of here.
Oh yeah. I'm still alive, brother.
Still alive. Love to hear it. I
the Broncos this past week.
If you've gone that was a great pick. If you've gone this far and haven't taken them yet, this might be the Rams week against a completely hobbled 49ers team playing tomorrow night. I also don't hate the Texans, which is wild because the Texans have looked so bad, but they're getting a Ravens team with a backup quarterback, and I don't know when else you're going to use the Texans because they stink. They smell pretty bad.
For me, this might be, because there's not a lot of opportunities where I'd feel safe picking them. This might be the Cowboys week.
Cowboys aren't bad against the Jets. I also think this might be the Colts week. Might be your last opportunity to get the Colts before the cracks really start to show.
Ash and Ginte, dude. I don't know.
You know they still lost the game, right? Ash and Ginte had 3 touchdowns and they still lost the game.
Who cares?
People playing in survivor pools care, Mike.
They don't. That's true. Raiders fans shouldn't. They want to lose right now.
That's true. Is there any other games you have? Lions? I mean, the Lions you're going to have other opportunities to use, but this is a pretty clear Lions week. They're playing the Bengals with Jake Browning.
Yeah, so that'd be the Lions there would be good.
Bills, I would still hold off on coming off their bye against the Panthers.
Right. That'd be probably the better Bills pick, that game. And plus, like, I like this Patriots team. Drake May's been playing unbelievable so far this year. Take a look at it, people. Like, look at the numbers.
Unbelievable.
He's been playing so good.
He's been better than Kyler Murray.
Way better. Like, I know, like, the counting stats don't look like, he's not throwing for 400 yards a game, but what this dude's doing is good. Stephon Diggs.
Hold your fucking mouth. So far on the season, week 1, 69.3 passing grade. Week 2, 83.6. Week 3, 56.4. Week 4, 76.5. So he has 2 good weeks and 2 bad weeks.
Debatable. Look at me, Collinsworth, and his bullshit numbers, all right? How dare you throw the PFF subscription I pay for in my face?
You do pay for it, which is a huge benefit to me because I don't have to pay for it and I can use it against you.
Yes.
4 turnover-worthy plays.
Oh, that's 1 per game.
It's 1 per game, although it's really, really buoyed by his 3 against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was week 1 was not great.
13 sacks.
Are you? Oh, that's not good in 4 games. Not a great offensive line he's behind though either. Are you ready though for the constant talk about Stephon Diggs returning to Buffalo for the first time?
Ooh, no one's mentioned it before, so
yeah, because no one's mentioned Stephon Diggs this season. Hunter Henry, I think is Drake's favorite target.
Is Will Campbell ever going to play football or?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think his arms they're too small.
Yeah, he can't rehab because he can't reach the door to get into the rehab place. His head gets in the way. Mike, final pick though. Who are we going with? Who is your favorite pick for Survivor this week?
I don't hate Bucks.
I hate Bucks.
You hate Bucks?
Yeah, I do. I do not want anything to do with Bucks Seahawks.
I like the Cowboys, but that defense is so bad. I think bad that even Justin Fields could probably move the ball.
I think the pick has to be the Cowboys personally because of the nature of your Survivor pool. It's this week or next week for the Cowboys and nothing else. They got the Jets this week, and then next week they got the Panthers. After that, Commanders, Broncos, Cardinals, Raiders, Eagles. By the way, Raiders on coming off a bye, so maybe that's the week to go Cowboys.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I like the Lions is probably one of the safest picks, but personally, I try to avoid taking the one that's probably going to be like the highest percentage pick. So if the wild upset happens, I can stand there and watch the rest of the pool burn.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and go Cowboys.
I think my official pick is Rams. Thursday
Rams
Night
is a good
Football
pick, too.
is divisional, so you know that always sucks. Short week against a divisional opponent, but they're playing Mac Jones with no receivers. Like literally, Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Brandon Ayuk are all out. George Kittle's out, and they traded away Deebo Samuel.
You're telling me that you don't have faith in Kendrick Bourne
DeMarco Robinson.
or Sky Moore
Sky Moore. Yeah, I forgot he's on there.
put up numbers.
I don't. So there you go. Go with either Dallas or the Rams and survive another week, everyone. Anything else we missed here, Mike?
Just that it is wild. The optics, like the visual, is wild to look at. Texans at Ravens, and they're both 1-3.
Yeah. Yeah, not how we thought the season was going to go. With that, Mike, let's get out of here. And you want to hit your plugs?
Yeah, follow me at SoundLow on Twitter and or X.com, formerly known as Twitter. And as Adam mentioned, the on Saturday preview for week 5 of college football went up just shortly before we hit record here. And we will have the preview for the upcoming week filled with bets that will make you so much money and will not in no way not hit come Friday.
Are we doing a stream on Saturday?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. So I might have to do a solo stream at some point this week just to stay consistent. You know, that's how you get an internet audience. You stream consistently to one person.
I can do it on Saturday.
You don't have to, buddy.
No, I was thinking about it. I have nothing going on after work, really. So, I mean, that sounded bad. I have a lot of things going on, a lot of business deals going on because I'm a super important person. But I could also make time for that.
Well, there you go. We'll be streaming on Saturday, probably after whatever college football game Mike loses a lot of money on and needs to walk away for a second to enjoy something else. Probably NFL Blitz as we continue our quest to get the Grand Championship. If not, Mike and I are trying to beat Gears of War on the hardest difficulty on co-op. So there's an off chance we do that. We'll figure it out offline and just tune in to see that. You can check out all of our content on YouTube as it gets uploaded there. These podcasts with some gameplay background. Last podcast was ECW Hardcore on the N64.
Nice.
Not a great background, I'll be honest with you. It was like 4 seconds of wrestling, then it would roll credits, then it would go to the start screen, and then 4 seconds of wrestling, then it would roll credits. Not a great start screen. You can read all of our written work on townalone.com. You can keep an eye out on there because we will have a wrestling picks coming out next week. Is there anything else that I need to cover? Email us at townalonepodcast@gmail.com. Tell us who your favorite female soccer player in Mia Hamm's soccer on the N64 was. And with that, Mike, would you like to give a Cincinnati Bengals-based shout-out?
Shout out to Bad Leroy Break. Damn it. Bad Leroy Jake Browning.
You know it's going to end when you fuck it up there, right? That's where I'm
yeah,
gonna cut.
probably.